Focus, focus, focus. All right, folks, this is it. This is your boy Jaime Tude with another one of these bedtime video logs, I guess. Uh, we finally reached it. I finally reached it at least. The 10th episode, the finale of the first season of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and on the one hand, I'm actually pretty I was actually pretty satisfied with this. I was actually pretty blown away that there was the stuff that they threw at the audience for the finale. And on the other hand, I'm just sort of scratching my head at the same time. Um, okay, so we're here's a huge huge spoiler for you. Um, we're not exactly getting a closed ending for this season because hey, well, guess what? They greenlit a second season anyway. So, um, what's the what would be the point of closing everything off? So, um, with that in mind, yeah, there's a bit of temporary closure to this season. That's really the good thing that I can say about it. Ruby is revealed. Well, we finally get to find out everything that we sort of need to know about her. I say sort of because everything, all the details up until this point, even they're actually very confusing. Um, You got she's okay, her story is she's this generically named Dark One. It or in for a lesser term, just call her a Deadite. She's one of the I guess the Deadite queens of old or something. Um okay. How is she a Nobi? How was she related? How was she related to the professor from the original films, or is she? Um, how does she look so young? How does she look so gorgeous still? How is she still Lucy Lawless? These are so many. There, that just sort of opens up a wormhole for maybe some possible future explanation. I don't know. Maybe she's this is just how she is. Maybe it doesn't need explaining. Maybe it's haha, I'm not related to the professor after all. And oh, okay, maybe I'll be able to settle with that. So she's the one who wrote the book. She wrote the Book of the Dead. Um, why why do we have her? Why do we have her going from one episode trying to destroy the book, partially destroying the book, even, and then in the final episode she's rewriting the book. No, no kidding. She she captures Pablo, and she's leaking blood out of him and or something, and using that to write the book. Even though Pablo is possessed in this episode, we have he ended the last episode with the face of the book on his face wrapped around it like a mask, and it's got him pretty possessed. He's speaking in tongues and whatnot, but he's cutting back and forth, trying to trying to deal with controlling his body. And it It's kind of like, okay, Ruby, what was your plan exactly here? Um, were you were were you planning to rewrite portions of the book? Um, I don't know. She for someone who claims to have written the book, she's she's kind of in a state where she seemed to be surprised, in a sense, that that Ash even showed up in the book to begin with, because events happened. Army of Darkness. I guess Army of Darkness did happen. I guess there was Ash in the past in this continuity. So I'll live with that. I'll live with that. Um, as for as for everything else in the episode, um, how it how it folds together, delivery wise. We do have some stuff that's admittedly pretty neat and pretty new. Um, Ruby is using Pablo as a vessel at one point uh, to to give birth to give birth to her children using passages from the book. Or I guess they're passages. She seems to be reciting them without even having to read much. And on top of that, um, she sounds like she's talking backwards. That's oldest trick in the book. So with that in mind, she's reading out these incantations, and at first it looks kind of like Pablo's blowing some bubble gum, and then we see this shape sort of distend out of his mouth, and he vomits up this sack that grows, and the sack is on the ground. It rips open, and there's a demon child inside. That's definitely new for this universe. That's something else. And um yeah, the demon child actually, here's the scary thing. It screams. It screams really loud, and I'm just sort of thinking to myself, that's mainly sort of annoying, but at the same time, it sort of reminds me of some of the kids that I've worked with in the school system. So, I would definitely cast him as a demon child. Yeah. So, that in mind, moving forward, what did I think of the episode all so far? All together. Well, yeah, they gotta leave things open for season two. So, Ruby makes Ash an offer in closure. Says she will she will um, she will use the book to control all of the other dark ones or deadites, and she just wants complete control over all the demons. And in return, he doesn't really get his life back per se. He and his he gets basically let go off the hook, and he and Pablo and Kelly all head off to Jacksonville, Florida, like he's always wanted. He thinks he's getting a deal, but in closing, we get the impression that no, if there was a if there was a deal for this, there wouldn't be a season two. And so as he's driving off, he turns off a radio broadcast saying terrible things are happening, but and just uh, just pops in some AC/DC and starts blasting Back in Black all the way, all the way to hell. So yeah, why they didn't just go ahead with the easy choice here and start playing Highway to Hell, I don't know. Um, I thought it was a pretty I thought it was a pretty decent closure to the first season. And I also think Kelly in this episode, she she kicks some ass. I really liked Kelly in this episode. I mean, uh, she's she's turned as a character from just being this sort of semi tomboyish, hard to get character in the beginning to someone who's really who's really hardened up, who's really risen to the occasion here, and she's she doesn't care like what she has to do to survive. She's ready to attack her friends even if they've gotten possessed. She's ready to set fire and burn down the house. Um, it's all she's got some tough stuff, and I have to really give her character credit for that. So um, yeah, I thought it was all in all this whole season was sort of a fun little roller coaster, and I think that if I get the chance, I will definitely keep an eye out for an eye and an ear out for season two. I'm definitely gonna see what I can do about at least watching that. I don't know if I'll be doing these video logs again, but yeah, let me know in the comments. So, yeah, season one is done, and so am I done with the video logs for now, at least. So, if you like these, let me know. If you want me to do a video log on any other particular series, maybe leave a comment on that, and I'll see maybe what I can do. If I'm interested enough, that is. Um, okay then. It's been a blast. Ciao for now.